comic books to TV shows and all things loved by nerds. We'll share just how we rate them, from our favorites to the worst. Poking fun at toxic fandom, so we'll kick this into gear and see what's on the list today. Let's discuss some toxic tears.
Tell me how you feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great. Oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker. I feel wonderful. Right on, right on, right on. Juice, 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 juice. I feel great. I feel great. Ooh, wah, wah. Let's kick some ass. Kick some ass. Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Hey guys, welcome to Toxic Tears. We are on episode 4, part 2. Deuce. We get a sound effect for that, Rob. Deuce. Maybe Stewie saying deuce.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you notice to my... What side are you on, left or right?
It don't matter. Somewhere around there.
He's back.
He's back.
Brandy's gone. Rob is back. The camp killer himself, Rob Cochran.
If you need a Jason Voorhees cos performer for any event, party, or con, I'm your man. Just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at the camp killer.
I'd buy that for $1.
I would too. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that clip.
So Brandy was here last week. She filled in for Rob. And so
she did a wonderful job.
Amazing job. Thank you, Brandy. And now
thanks, honey.
The big man is back.
He's back.
So good to have Rob back. Sexy man.
Sexy man.
Sexy man. All right. All right, guys. Welcome to Toxic Tears episode 4, part 2.
Yeah.
We have one rule. We want you to comment. We want this to be interactive. We want you guys to tell us whether or not you think we are on the money or off our nut.
Full of shit.
Exactly. Or if we need...
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
We only have one rule. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. If you don't know what a dick is, take biology. No, seriously. If you don't know how not to be a dick, don't comment, because we will block you. This is not a dictatorship. It is it's not a democracy. It's a benevolent dictatorship. So, all right. Let's talk about our toxic tier rating system. So S means...
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's here with me! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
S is the GOAT. That's iconic.
Iconic.
Absolutely iconic. Near perfect. It is one of the best, even not just for horror, but overall.
Overall movie, yes.
Then we have A.
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing.
A's are good movies, but they just don't reach GOAT status.
Right. They can even go up to great, but I don't think that, not just under GOAT.
Yeah, just under GOAT.
Just under GOAT.
C.
I mean, it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean,
so C means it's watchable, maybe not memorable,
but watchable.
Yeah, but watchable. F.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
F is so bad it might be good, but it's not unwatchable.
Right. Well, you might regret watching it, but it's not unwatchable.
Right. Whereas C you might watch again, and F typically is like a one and done kind of thing. Yeah. And finally Z.
What the fuck?
that we don't know what they were thinking.
What were they thinking?
Unwatchable, terrible in every way, shape, or
Give me my 2
form.
hours back of my life.
Exactly. Be aware there will be spoilers.
Yes. Spoiler alert.
There will be spoilers as we proceed. Some of these movies are over 40 years old, so if you haven't seen them by now, that's on you, not us. Want to give a shout out to some of the folks that we steal stuff from. We admit it openly. When we can't watch a full movie, we default to these amazing commentators who do a far better job than I ever can. And that's Fanboy Flicks. Very funny, covers more cult films and also more mainstream films. Minty Comedic Arts, our friend from Down Under, definitely covers more mainstream films. Very funny. The Bad Movie Bible does collections as well as single films. And I've mentioned before, they cover the knockoffs like Aliens, Terminator, etc. Rob and I have a favorite. That's Brandon Tenold.
Fantastic.
One of the funniest guys. Does a lot of very cult films and horror and sci-fi. Dead Meat covers the kill count very well. Yeah. And then the Horror Geek is also fantastic. Very funny, deadpan humor. He covers pretty much nothing but horror.
Yes.
So check them out on YouTube. So just a quick recap from yesterday. We had 3 Goats, which Stephen King owned the night and owned 1983. I think it was over $60 million in 3 films in 1983. That was Cujo, Christine, and The Dead Zone. Do you agree, Rob? They were all S's?
I do agree with your choices on that one. And by the way, it wasn't last night. It was last Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The drugs haven't kicked in yet.
No, I definitely agree with your choices there.
We had no A's, which was interesting.
Yeah, it is.
We had 2 C's, The Hunger, which is a very solid performance by David Bowie, much more subtle, and the film that could have been The Keep. Rob, what's your feelings on those 2?
I agree.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Oh,
our F is the straight up Friday the 13th ripoff, The Final Terror.
Yeah.
And The Lift, which I would have given a Z, but Randy gave an F, where the monster is
an elevator. I would have given that I don't agree with that. I've given it a Z.
Okay. So we're on the same. The testosterone gave us more clarity.
The killers of elevator. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
what the hell. And then last and certainly least was Mausoleum, starring Bobby Bream and her breasts, her monster breasts. And so that was Brandy actually watched it. I couldn't even sit through it. So we'll be adding to this chart. I think you agree with that one, right, Rob, on Mausoleum?
Is there something below Z?
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. If it. So the first film we're going to be looking at is Something Wicked, This Way Comes. See, now all of a sudden it's doing that. I tried the tier program, guys. It was so hard to conceal the ads. So I'm still working on that, but I do enjoy using Canva. Something Wicked, This Way Comes was the second Disney attempt to make a horror movie or a more adult movie. Let's take a look. Oh, by the way, they were, again, to reiterate, there were 59 horror movies made in 1983. So let's talk about Something Wicked, This Way Comes. This did a budget, Rob, of $19 million. The domestic gross was $8.4 million, so a significant dog.
Big dog.
Adjusted for inflation, it would have had a budget of $58 million and an adjusted gross of $25 million. So, yeah, just bigger numbers. It's got 7+ kills. Mr. Cougar, he rapidly ages. His implied death when he's turned into a child, then rapidly aged in the carousel until mummified never seen again. The Dust Witch, played by the incredible Pam Grier. She dies by love and willpower. Mr. Dark is dismembered by the carousel's backlash. His flesh destroyed, and all that remains is his hand. It's a very clear on-screen death. And then the barber, or the one-armed man, he's in prison in the Mirror Freak Show, gets his arm back, but becomes part of the carnival's living exhibits. That's kind of a cool kill. The bartender, or Ed, is in prison as a one-legged dancer. He makes a wish to be young again, ends up dancing endlessly, so basically to his death. And the cigar store Indian guy, who's turned into a wooden statue. There's also a barber pole victim. He's apparently trapped inside the barber pole.
That's a little weird.
And then there's carnival victims that are implied. So we don't know the exact kill count. We said 7+. The director, Clayton, really wanted to make this an atmospheric movie. I think he achieved that. This is where Disney tested some groundbreaking computer animation, where the carnival apparitions emerged organic from train smoke. But you're saying, I don't remember that. It was cut at the last minute because the studio felt it was unconvincing. I think it might be in the director's cut. I'm not sure. The studio interfered with this film, which is going to be a running theme of 1983. They added a mirror maze, the mirror maze climax, the spider scene, some new narration, and a new score that was, we're going to talk about that in a second, but both the writer, Ray Bradbury, and Jack Clayton hated the score and hated the re-edits. So, and all the carnival monsters are actually transformed townsfolk who are frozen on display. Only Dark Cougar and the Dust Witch are actual original accomplices. The story was taken, or the main line was taken from Macbeth. Something wicked this way comes. So that's where that came from. And Mr. Dark, when he's doing his speech, is actually from Paradise Lost by John Milton. So the idea is he a carnival barker or a demon?
Or the devil.
Yeah. Or the devil. Good point, Rob. It is the second Disney horror film, as I mentioned. The first was the Watch in the Woods. What did we give that? Was that I gave it a Z.
I think it was Z for Z.
Yeah. So this was better. This was better than the Watcher in the Woods. The director, Jack Clayton, went on, also directed The Great Gatsby, and that's pretty much all I could find.
Wow.
But pretty impressive with Robert Redford and Mia Farrow. If you like classic movies, high recommend. The novel was written by Ray Bradbury. I highly recommend reading the novel. The novel's fantastic. Any Ray Bradbury book is absolutely phenomenal. So highly recommend.
9 times out of 10 with any movie, the book's always better. Any movie taken from a novel.
Right.
I find the novels always. I mean, your imagination is going to take you places where a movie just is not going to.
Absolutely. And Ray Bradbury originally envisioned Gene Kelly to play the part of the Dark.
I don't see that. That would have been a mistake.
I don't know if it was because of his skills as a dancer. Yeah. James Horner, who did the score that Bradbury and Clayton didn't like. Look at this.
Wow, it's impressive.
So he's either contributed or done the score for Titanic, Braveheart, Avatar, Apollo 13, Die Hard, Young Guns, Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man, The Iron Giant, Willow, Jumanji, Commando, Glory, Krull, Blade Runner, Troy, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, Aliens, all 4 American Tail movies, Deadly Blessing, forgot about that,
Wow.
Child's Play 2, Star Trek 2 and 3,
Wow.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas starring Jim Carrey, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Cocoon, The Rocketeer, Humanoids from the Deep, Battle Beyond the Stars. So I think he also got to start with Roger Corman, Hocus Pocus, Wolfen, and all of the Land Before Time films. All of them. And I didn't realize there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 12 of those motherfucking movies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Holy shit. So that's Horner. The cast included Jason Robards. And what I try to do, guys, with these, I try to find movies that boomers to millennials might know, recognize, or remember. Gen Z, I apologize. Most of these, unless you're a huge cinephile,
you're going to know nothing.
Yeah. So All the President's Men, Parenthood, and Philadelphia. Jonathan Pryce is one of my favorite actors. Did Brazil, Baron Munchausen, and he was in all the pirate, or I think the first 3 pirate films as the governor. And then Diane Ladd, Chinatown, and I didn't know she was in Christmas Vacation. Did you know that?
No, what parts?
I don't know, but she was in Christmas Vacation.
Oh.
And of course, Pam Grier, who's an icon, was in Foxy Brown, Jackie Brown. I highly recommend watching that. And Ghost of Mars, which I do not recommend watching, but she's still badass in. She played the Dust Witch. So that was her transformation. That looks like cosplay.
Yeah, kind of does.
That looks like one of those makeup kits that was in the advertisements we showed in the lead up, doesn't it? Yeah. Like a pause kit.
It does.
So, or it looks like somebody who wants to speak to your manager.
Karen.
By the way, Jonathan Pryce wore 2-inch shoe lifts to appear magnified and ominous.
That's fun.
So, Short King.
I don't think Disney did a good job of trying to bury this movie.
Yeah,
it's hard to find.
They went out
of the way to buy it. If you
want,
you can't stream it anywhere, and if you want to buy it, it's kind of hard to locate.
Yeah,
I don't think they were very proud.
And I'm going off, guys. I saw this when I was a kid on VHS, so I haven't seen this movie since then, but I remember it distinctly. So, I mean, one plus is it stuck with me. I had to do some refresher research, but I remembered. Rob, what's your thoughts on this one?
It's watchable. I think C or F. I'm kind of on the
I would say F, but I'm gonna default to you. C or F, Rob? What do you think?
F. I think I'm leaning more F.
I have never watched it again, nor would I.
You wouldn't totally regret watching it once your time back.
I don't regret it.
You wouldn't watch it again.
No, I don't regret it. I regret Watcher in the Woods. I don't regret this one. So we're gonna go with the F. So guys, remember, please comment if you disagree with us. We want your comments, and don't forget to send stars so we can pay our rent.
Right.
So the next film is, Rob, what do you call this? Giant penis movie?
The giant penis movie.
That is definitely the giant penis movie. The Deadly Spawn.
The creature in this movie looked absolutely like a penis with a mouth with teeth.
I mean, come on. You can't, there's no way around it.
There's no way around it.
So don't be dicking around.
Don't be dicking around.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's a boner of a movie.
See what you did there.
So yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the unfortunately the trailer to The Deadly Spawn. Budget. You ready for this, Rob?
Please.
$25,000.
Wow.
And it grossed $300,000.
Wow.
So
not a bad day.
An absolute win for the penis. This, I guess you would say its box office was Viagra. Adjusted for 2025, it would have been a budget of $76,000. It would have earned almost $1 million. So
all of that money had to have gone to special effects.
To creating the penises.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's 12 deaths, hikers in the woods. Sam is attacked in the basement, dragged off by tendrils and devoured. Ellen is mauled and consumed in the basement. Kathy is killed in the kitchen and dragged off. There's a little bit of a Boggins thing here.
A little bit.
Aunt Millie and Uncle Herb, they're killed in living room off screen. Frankie's eaten alive while trapped behind a closed door. Blood pours on the doors. He's devoured. Bunny, anybody named Bunny should be an automatic victim.
Anybody.
He's attacked off screen. Two friends at the front door, swarmed by smaller penises and dragged and eaten.
The little penises, yeah.
The scientists in the basement, they are impaled and torn apart during the explosive climax. There's a climax in a penis movie. This jokes write themselves.
Oh, Brandy sent us 20 stars. Thank you.
Additional townspeople are killed. And, of course, the mother spawn is killed at the end in the climactic explosion. Douglas McEwen made only 2 movies, and this was his best known. Damn.
This was his best known?
Yeah. So, and I tried to do, like I normally do, kind of a cast photo, and none of these people did anything of any value that I could post.
Oh, that really surprises me.
And they went with the POV shots, which I really believe became big because of Evil Dead. Although there's no comparison. I do feel like they saw the Boggins and said, let's make, like, Hold My Beer. Let's make a better movie. They didn't. Made more money than the Boggins, no doubt. By the way, the kid in it, Pete, is never killed because the penises seem to respect him. I feel like there's some heavy undertones this movie.
The what?
Yeah. I just feel like maybe the director had an obsession.
Obsession, Peter. Penis.
It became, what really helped it was the drive-ins.
Yes.
Which don't exist or barely exist anymore.
This would definitely be a movie you want to go see at a drive-in. That would be like a part of 3-parter, or like has like 5 movies. This is one of them.
Yeah. Yep. God forbid you were on acid when you saw this. What happened, Phil? I saw a movie about killer penises. Holy shit. All right, there was a variant title called Return of the Aliens, the Deadly Spawn. That was, and the idea was to cash in on the aliens.
Yeah.
And you could tell they definitely modeled the creature after the chest burster scene in Alien.
Absolutely.
Although that looked less like a penis. Now that I think about it.
A lot less like
now I think it looks like a penis.
No, you do, yeah.
We're saying the word penis a lot in this episode. But anyway, so guess who owns one of the original props from this film?
Tell me.
Yes. It's a rocker from your playlist.
From my playlist?
Yeah, it's a rocker from your playlist.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Close.
Alice Cooper?
One more.
I don't know. Tell me.
Gene Simmons.
No way. He owns a prop. He owns one of the penises?
He owns a prop penis. He owns a prop penis. Anybody coming into this show midway is going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Did he like the movie?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. So the creatures, to make them move, they actually put grooves in the floor, S grooves. So they would drag along the floor so you couldn't see the gap.
Okay.
But this, I couldn't find any really high quality versions of the small ones, but this is actually, I think, the mid before it gets to like the full
really
form. Because I think the penis is joined together. So that's a cool thing. And I will say that the practical effects are pretty decent.
Yeah, they're not bad.
No, I don't think they are.
The woman gets her face ripped off in the basement looks actually pretty good.
And then this is the mother spawn. So, which is pretty impressive. You know what that looks like, Rob? It looks like a better version of Langoliers. Remember the Langoliers?
Yes, I do.
That looks like a better version of
It does.
Langoliers. Stephen King.
Yeah, there's many different sizes of the penises, though. That's for true. It's very small, and then at the end, it becomes ginormous.
Yeah, a ginormous penis. His name is Cialis. Or Tommy Lee. That would have been funny if they named him Tommy Lee. John Dodds, who did the makeup and puppet effects, is best known for Monsters. That's a great series. Have you ever watched that? It's on Amazon. Check it out.
Okay.
It's a series. It came out, I think it came out at the same time as Amazing Stories. And it's really, I love the intro because it's a monster family watching TV.
That's cool.
And then they do these little skits a la Tales of the Crypt, not Creep Show, Tales from the Dark Side, Twilight Zone. But they're all very monster focused. A lot of them are really good. Check it out.
Okay.
But he also did Night Beast, which you and I love. Poltergeist 3, Death Becomes Her. The Santa Claus, he did he did a lot of the head sculpts.
Sure.
And the head effects. I forget what they call that when they actually, the head molds.
Head molds.
He also did X-Files, Alien Resurrection, and Ghostbuster 2. I think most of these are the head molds, but he did do some practical effects, but he did everything in The Deadly Spawn. That's pretty cool. And it was entirely shot. You like that, Rob?
Nice
I became Bostonian. It was shot on 16 millimeter at illustrator Tim Hildebrandt's house in New Jersey. Tim Hildebrandt did a lot of posters, movie posters, and he did the iconic poster art for Clash of the Titans, which I don't remember seeing that poster.
I don't remember.
But that's badass.
That's nice.
That's gorgeous. So, all right, Rob.
Huh.
What are we giving the penises?
Oh, Z. Maybe F because it's just some of the practical effects weren't
I
that
think
bad.
you got to give it an F because it's not unwatchable. It is so bad it's kind of good. And it's a film I might watch again with friends just to expose them to it.
Oh, yeah, just to say, watch this.
A film about killer penises that we're going to expose people to. Yeah, so the jokes just write themselves. So I'm going to give it, I almost want to give it a C.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
We'll stick with F. So good, so bad, it's kind of good. So that takes care of that. So anyway, next up, now that we moved past the penises, let's talk about sharks. And the second to worst Jaws movie, because there's one that's worse.
Revenge.
God. Yeah. The one that Michael Caine, they asked him why he did the movie, and he said, because I had to buy my mom a house. I think that's a legitimate line. This was, again, there was a lot of 3D in 1983, and none of it fucking worked. It was awful. I personally hate 3D even today. I think the only two films that pulled off 3D today are the first Avatar, which was absolutely stunning in 3D, and Jackass 3D. I think they're the only two films
seen that one in 3D.
that pull off. This is not a bad movie. It is made a bad movie by bad effects. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. It's concept-wise a shark loose at a SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
But they just
concept. Yes, it's cheesy in some aspects. Yes, some of the performances are over the top.
Oh, way over the top.
So you can't compare it to Jaws 1 or 2. You just can't.
No. Oh, no, there's no comparison to Jaws 1 for anything.
I feel like this is more along the line of shark exploitation films or shark-ploitation films like Sharknado and Pool Shark and Ghost Shark. I feel like they were more inspired by this than actually the first two Jaws. Because this is just camp.
Oh, it's hard. And what makes it even worse, when it came out on a DVD, there's no 3D, so it just looks
alive today
even worse.
has survived
And when you see this trailer, the trailer is actually kind of cool, but it does not at all exemplify the film. 18 million budget. You ready for this?
Sure.
This motherfucker made $88 million.
No way.
It was a solid hit. So if you adjusted that, Rob, it would have made $163 million today.
You know, that's absolutely just because of the 3D craze.
I think because people went to see a Jaws movie. It's without the 3D effects, it's not a bad shark movie. It's not a Jaws movie. It's not a bad shark. I put this up with like Piranha.
For the first time.
If you guys have seen the Piranha movies, I put it up more like that. This trailer makes it look like a Jaws 1 or 2, but it's completely deceiving.
3D.
It was panned by critics like us. It's the first sequel, Rob, to gross less than twice its cost, but still topped box office on opening weekend. And it opened number two on the weekend of 83. The first sequel earning less than twice its budget. So if that's the case, then Jaws 1 and 2 actually did better. So they were in the $100-some-odd million. But still, for this film, $88 million is insane.
Yeah, it is.
It has 5 deaths, which is actually the same as the original Jaws. The water skier is decapitated. The dolphin trainer, staff video. Shelby Overman is the mechanic. He's killed underwater. You see his arm. Randy, who's the thief who steals the coral, he disappears underwater. That's a presumed death. So a lot of these are off screen. Philip Fitzroyce, he's swallowed whole. There's 30 seconds of painful chomping.
What?
That 30 seconds of painful chomping.
Painful chomping. Okay.
There's an unnamed technician who actually is named. His name is Fred. He gets killed when the shark comes to the glass, which is the worst.
Horrible.
I think if you had a top 100 of bad effects, that would be in the top 10.
Oh, probably top 5.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And then the shark, guess what the shark's name was?
Henry?
Bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
When I first saw it, I thought it was bruschetta. Bruschetta,
like the bread.
Italian hors d'oeuvre. Both sharks die. One during capture, the other is blown apart by a grenade.
Yeah, this in the hand of the guy he swallowed. That was a fun way to kill him. Yeah, they reach in and pull the pin.
Right.
The dead guy's hand.
And it blows up. This is before PG-13, but I absolutely believe it probably would have been PG-13 had that rating been available.
Oh, yeah.
There were 3 mechanical sharks, including one capable of swimming backward and emitting a guttural roar, because sharks roar underwater.
And the movement of the shark was just horrible.
Yeah. It was nominated for 5 Razzies.
I can see.
5 Razzies. That's impressive. The director, Gina Schwark, has 99 credits to his filmography, and he made films like Jaws 2, which is shocking he made this one, because they're so vastly different in quality.
100%.
Somewhere in Time, which is a great movie with Christopher Reeve. Supergirl and Santa Claus the movie. Santa Claus the movie, I don't know why people crap on that so much. It's not that bad. Supergirl's unwatchable, which is unfortunate, because I think Helen Slater was a great cast for Supergirl. But one day, Rob and I will talk about, maybe we do the DC, about why Supergirl was so fucked up because of what happened with the direction of Superman and the fact that Superman 3 failed so miserably.
Yeah.
Because Supergirl was supposed to be in Superman 3. Interesting story. I like to talk about the actual original idea for that, which has Supergirl dating Brainiac. So,
okay.
Interesting. So, The writers were Carl Gottlieb. Sorry, Carl Gottlieb. And he had written Jaws 2, Jaws 1, and Dr. Detroit.
Dr. Detroit, okay.
So, and not much after that. So, yeah. So
one thing about script, the original script of this was better than what was put out.
Oh yeah,
because they don't really mention the fact that the main character is Chief Brody's son,
right?
Who was traumatized. You know, the one in the water. They don't really delve into that much. You know, you just kind of you hear the name, but the script kind of delved into that a lot more. But they for some reason decided not to go with that, which I think was a mistake.
I agree. And the cast included some big names. Dennis Quaid, who is, if you want to see a great Dennis Quaid, 2 great films, Breaking Away and Frequency, which is one of my favorite Dennis Quaid films. It also starred Bess Armstrong, who is in, she did a lot of TV. Grey's Anatomy and The Good Doctor are what she's most notable for. The Man, Louis Gossett Jr., who also did a film with Dennis Quaid, another film called Enemy Mine.
He did, that's right.
Which was a box office.
That was a great movie.
You know, I can't argue with the concept, the makeup effects, and the ending is highly energetic. The rest of the movie drags.
Oh, it's slow, but it has to develop their relationship. Well, that's right. I enjoyed it. I liked the movie.
And this was Leah Thompson's screen debut.
How was it?
From all 3 Back to the Futures, Space Camp, Casual Sex, Some Kind of Wonderful, which is one of the... I watch certain chick flicks with my wife, and that's one of the ones we watch on the regular.
Soy Boy.
And, yeah, right. And her greatest film, the Oscar-winning Howard the Duck, where she quacked the duck. They don't actually have sex, right?
I don't think
they allude to it. I don't know.
What was the other one Dennis Quaid was in? I like the Inner Space.
Inner Space,
where he's injected into. Yeah. That's a good.
We actually talked about that last time.
That's a really good movie.
So, So Jaws.
I'm still just cannot wrap my head around that it made $88 million.
No,
that had to have been. Oh, we can see Jaws, but in 3D. That had to have been it.
Here's the problem, and this is solely because of me being a filmmaker. I'm not trying to be an arrogant asshole.
Yes, you are.
But Rob will tell you this. Ever since we started really getting into filmmaking, we can't watch films the same anymore.
You ruined me with the editing.
Right, and the effects and the grading and the sound.
God, look at all that.
So I remember when this came on HBO, I watched, like, every time it came on, I watched it. I can't watch it today because the effects are so bad.
Oh, it's hard, especially without the 3D. When you're just watching in 2D, those effects that would have be springing out at you just look dull and just they're
looks
just
terrible.
Stupid.
It looks terrible. I would watch Deadly Spawn before I watch this. I'd watch Penises Over Sharks.
Not Penises Over Sharks. I think this is a Z myself.
I agree. I'm sorry, guys. And I know you guys might say, wait a second, Ron, the only Z would be Jaws 4. And you'd be right.
Oh, they're both Zs.
But this one is a Z because of special effects. And like Rob said, they were bad in the theater with 3D. They're terrible without the 3D effect.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So not looking so good. We've had 2 Fs and 1 Z.
We're not looking good at all.
I would not expect any goats this go around.
No.
So
not expecting.
Next up is the crying game. I mean, Sleepaway Camp. This is an interesting flick.
Interesting. That's putting it mildly.
Let's take a look at Sleepaway Camp. This had a budget of $350,000. Guess how much it made, Rob?
$2 million.
$11 million.
Wow.
So it would have made $33 million today.
Holy crap.
12 on-screen deaths, One guy is struck by a speedboat. Actually, 2 people are killed in a speedboat. One is drowned at the boat tips. One's trapped in a bathroom, stung to death by bees. So, what was that My Girl movie?
My Girl, yeah.
Meg the counselor stabbed in the back in the shower. Wonder where they got that idea from. Judy is killed with a hot curling iron off screen. Ouch.
Yeah, do you know where she got killed with it?
Please enlighten me.
In her vagina.
In her vagina. This is an interesting... This is a really weird podcast.
There's a lot of pedophilia mentioned kind of vibe in this too, which is just horrible.
The old dirty Mel is shot in the neck with an arrow, and then Paul, I would say the protagonist, is decapitated by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then
emphasis on the girl, right?
Artie is severely scalded by boiling water and rushed off screen. We don't know if he's dead, so we're not counting him. So this is a cult classic.
I can see it as that.
And I hear every time I'm at Mad Monster, any kind of horror con, if I was to dare in any way, shape, or form degrade this film, I would get a machete to the forehead. People, it's like hocus pocus. People defend this film, and although I can appreciate the twist ending, even though Deadly Blessings did it first,
the ending was
and better. The ending, I think, is what does it. By the way, to key into what Rob said, most fans find the curling iron scene the most disturbing moment of the film.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah. It's got a lot of disturbing moments, I think.
And there was the use of real kids. That's such a dumb note. Like they used AI kids. But the director tried to have them use their dialogue. So he implemented a lot of their dialogue in there.
This was one of the first horror films to kill kids.
No.
Well, I said one of them.
Yeah. But no, we saw a couple before that. So it's most known for its twist ending. Which notice I cut it off right before we saw her deadly spawn.
Her deadly spawn. That look on her face though is just so creepy. So and she holds that face.
But that's not her.
There's
a guy who actually goes, I forgot to grab the actor's name. There's the guy who played, they just like called him in and said, can you do a nude scene?
Yeah.
And then they put her face on in post. And it's one of the worst meshings I've ever seen.
You can tell that it's her frozen face because in the scene it holds for like, 15 seconds?
No, it's not even, it's a still.
Yeah, it's like that for 15 seconds and there's no movement. So
and
it's like,
the technology was there to film her doing that.
It's like, what's going on? Why would you?
Or they could have just shot her from the neck up and then showed from the bottom down.
Correct.
But no, we had to go.
The noise she makes at the end.
That's the worst part, yeah. There were 3 sequels.
What?
Yeah. I think one of the most noticeable posters is the Camp 2 because she's got Jason's mask and Freddy's glove in the back. It's got nothing to do with the film.
Nothing to do with that, yeah.
But the production quality looks like, just by the posters, gets progressively worse. And they literally copied 3 and 4.
They did,
just different. I mean, like, wow. By the way, the director, Robert Hiltzik, sorry. Let me see if I can read this better. Robert Hiltzik. Right. The leading family tragedy actually mirrors what happened to his mother in a car accident. Weird way to put that in the film.
Yeah.
I don't know who you were trying to honor with that.
That's weird.
The main cast, of course, was Felissa Rose, who is an absolute doll at cons. She's such a wonderful person. She loves her fans. She really enjoys interacting with them. So kudos to her. And then Mike Helen, who was in Midnight Run. And And then the rest of the cast did nothing else really significant past that.
I've got to mention this because
Please do.
the pedophilia aspect, because this statement really freaked the hell out of me. The cook sees some of the kids running by and he says, young fresh chickens. He said, we used to call them baldies where I come from. I'm like, oh my God. Are you kidding? Why would you? I don't even understand why you go pick
I
that
have
movie.
seen this film once and never gone back, so
There's no
I'm
way.
glad I blanked that out of my mind. What is it with 83 and incest and pedophilia?
Pedophilia. It's all over the place.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Unbelievable. So, Robert, what are we giving this one?
Well, its cult following gives it a little bit of credence to a higher level. Than
We're not count. Well,
Okay.
yeah, we do.
You don't
No, we said you're
We said
right.
we'd count
we said
that.
we'd count that. So it's unwatchable for me. So
I'll take
I'm
F.
going to let you pick it.
F.
Okay. Yeah,
We're going to get probably. I'm sure. I wonder why we haven't gotten any. People are going to.
if we
hate us
actually
for
had
saying
people
that.
watching, we'd get hate
We
for
have,
that.
somebody would hate us for it.
So, all right, we're halfway done, folks. We would absolutely get hate for that.
Yes.
Psycho 2, the sequel that nobody asked for.
But that I think was not a bad concept.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about why
Okay.
you think that, because
Okay.
I had forgotten about that part of it. So this was a $5 million budget. It did $34 million. So a lot of it's funny. The worst films in this countdown did the best.
The best.
Justin, it would be $15 million budget and $105 million.
Isn't it 22 years from the making of the original Psycho?
22 years. Yes, sir. 6 on-screen deaths. Warren Toomey. His face is slashed and stabbed by Emma Spool. Josh is stabbed in the back. Lila Loomis is impaled through the mouth. Ouch. Dr. Bill Raymond is stabbed in the chest. I guess they think he's Mary Loomis. Mary Loomis is shot in self-defense, and Emma Spool is bludgeoned with a shovel by Mr. Bates.
And poison.
And poisoned. It was originally planned as a TV film, and it was shot in only 32 days.
Wow.
During a flashback scene, Alfred Hitchcock's silhouette is subtly projected on the wall, which was an homage to the original director. Homage is such a weird word. Homage. It's like hors d'oeuvres. The iconic Bates house was used while the motel was lovingly reconstructed, and many of the original props were also used in the film. Jamie Lee Curtis was originally considered for the Mary Loomis role.
Wow.
Because they wanted it to be reminiscent of her mother, Janet Leigh. Janet Leigh, right? I said that right? Janet Leigh. Bad night tonight. But declined due to scheduling. That would have been an interesting choice.
That would have been an interesting choice.
Emma Spool is portrayed by Claudia Breyer and was doubled by Kurt Paul for the shovel shot. And Norman's hallucination of his mother is actually his real-life son in costume. Which that's kind of cool.
Fun. Good to go on
that's
your
kind
dad.
of cool. Director Richard Franklin went on to do Road Games, Cloak and Dagger, which is a great little 80s film, and FX2, which I love both FX1 and FX2. So I didn't know he had done FX2. So pretty, not bad. And then the screenplay was by Tom Holland, not Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man.
But we had visited Tom Holland before Fright Night Part 2. He had done Child's Play, the updated Child's Play, Thinner, and Cloak and Dagger. So Fright Night 1 and 2 are two of my absolute... That's like the staples of horror. You have to own both those. Fright Night 2 you have to buy on physical media. You cannot find it on streaming.
Nowhere.
And it's hard to find in physical media. The cast, of course, Vera Miles and Meg Tilly. Vera Miles in the original Psycho. She does several large westerns. These are definitely boomer films. The Searchers and The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I've seen them because my dad was so big into westerns.
Oh yeah, I've seen The Man
But
Who Shot
most
Liberty
people
Valance.
would not know those films. Meg Tilly was in Agnes of the God, which is, I think it's an Oscar winner. The Body Snatchers and The Big Chill, which I know is a very well-known movie among Gen X.
And what else is she right now?
Oh, what is she in?
She is a huge professional poker player.
I didn't know that.
She sure is.
Wow. He's not the best color guy in the business for nothing, folks. And it also stars...
May I have your name, please?
Robert Loggia.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Loggia. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loggia. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loggia. R as in, Robert Loggia. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Loggia. Space. L as in, look, it's Robert Loggia.
I love that bit.
That's hilarious.
Robert Loggia is one of the greatest actors of all time. I love Robert Loggia. So Rob, I'm going to tell you what my grade was, and then I want to get your feedback. So I would give this a C. I would not necessarily rewatch it again, but I think it's a fairly decent sequel. It's not a great sequel. It feels a little plastic, but it's also not awful. And they really went out of their way to try to do something special with it. And Rob, tell us about that twist ending.
The twist ending for me makes it an A because we find out that Mrs. Spool is actually Norman's mother, biological mother. That the mother he killed in the first one was actually his aunt, and that for me just blew my mind. But yeah, he starts to poison her at the end scene when she's drinking the tea. It's actually poison, and then he hits her in the head with a shovel, which I thought was awesome. But yeah, for me it's an A.
Well, you know what, Rob? I'm not going to argue. We don't have any A.
We don't have any A. We need to put something there.
We'll put an A up there. I would give it a C. Rob gives it an A. And Sleepaway Camp.
And the biggest wins.
I would give a Z, and Rob gives an F. So we differ on just two right now. All right, Videodrome is next. Interesting movie. David Cronenberg, who this is again goes back to his body horror, political undertones.
Body horror.
Let's take a look at Videodrome. Interesting movie. I
did not see it, but just watching the review was very strange.
I watched the whole thing. Scanners is a better movie.
Oh yeah, Scanners is completely.
It's Cronenberg's first Hollywood back feature. So you think that worked out for them, Ron? $6 million budget. It grossed $2 million.
Wah, wah, wah. We need that soundbite.
Yeah, I need to add that. Yeah. There are 9 kills. An unnamed assassin is shot by Max Wren in a hallucination blend. Harlan, his TV tech friend, is killed by Max's stomach gun.
The stomach gun.
The stomach gun. Barry Convex dies, falls on a stage and turns into this massive exploding tumor.
Yeah, he's shot, then he just breaks apart. Yeah. It's very strange.
Max Wren kills himself with a suicide shot to the head. Nikki Brand, who we never know if she's real or not, she's seen tortured on TV with the idea that she was actually executed through strangulation. And then Brian Oblivion, he's dead from the beginning. He shows up in the pre-recorded videos, and he apparently died of a brain tumor the same way the one guy who ruptured did. Yeah, so there were 3 separate endings. James Woods actually dictated the ending that was used. So that's interesting. It was a mix of U.S. and Canadian funding. All of the softcore monitor insert shots they filmed in one day. That's impressive.
It is impressive.
And the tumor bursting effect was all practical. It included using prosthetics and gelatin, so when it ruptured, it would look as realistic. And it did. It was a good effect. The effects were not bad in this. Even the handgun, the stomach, the effects are not the downside to this film. It is very controversial for its violent content. Many people think the kills are psychological or symbolic rather than straightforward because, as Rob said, you don't know if it's really happening.
Yeah, did the kills happen or was it just his mind?
Right. Very another film that this reminds me of is American Psycho, because you never know if he killed all those people either.
Sure. This had a lot of he becomes obsessed with snuff films. I think that's one of the things that people didn't like about it either. The violent aspect of it.
Yeah, he gets turned on by it.
By snuff films.
That was the idea. The Videodrome sucks you in. And then the suicide was supposed to be a rebirth where James Wood character moves from the flesh to the technological.
The higher plane of the Videodrome.
It was banned in several areas. It was a video. I think it was a video nasty, but this one was for not just the violence, but the heavy eroticism.
And we forgot Debbie Harry was in it.
Yep.
That was a plus for me, from Blondie.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And James Woods, of course, was the star.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
There's the video. So this is he has a slit that just appears in his stomach, and he sticks the gun. He loses the gun in there. He could pull it out, but it eventually becomes part of his appendage.
They also stick a VHS tape in there too at some point.
Yeah,
which
again showing he's becoming the technology. So,
ooh, a piece of candy.
Love that bite.
For those of you who don't know, James Woods was in The Virgin Suicides, Vampires, and Oppenheimer. Debbie Harry, as Rob mentioned, was in this movie, and of course she is Blondie. And Blondie was also in Tales from the Dark Side. She was the mother, the woman who has the kid in the cage, and she's going to cook him.
Yeah.
And he tells the stories.
Okay.
She was in Hairspray and Copland, but either her music was used or she helped compose for films like Rock and Rule, Scarface, The Coneheads, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, Beverly Hills Ninja, Money Pit, Trainspotting.
I know that.
And then she had 8 albums in total. And also James Wood is most known for playing Hades in Hercules.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
But interesting movie.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it was
strange.
Yeah. So Rob, I'll give you my rating, then you give yours. I would give it a C only because the groundbreaking effects and the story. It's a solid story. You either like the film or you don't, but it's not because of the writing. It's not because of the acting. It's not because of the effects. You just either like this film or you don't.
I think you either get it or don't get it.
Exactly. I think it's a C. What's your call, Rob?
I'll concur with that.
Okay. So congratulations, Cronenberg. You got a C. Like you even care.
Well, he cares.
He knows. He's been watching.
He's been watching.
Yeah. So, all right. The last two, the Deadly Duo, Twilight Zone, the movie. So $10 million budget. This did make money. It made $42 million.
42.
Adjusted for inflation, it would have made close to $90 million. I cannot account for the kill count because there is a cameo driver in the kick can segment. He falls from a cliff after being scared. That's the guy, the military officers at Nightmare at 2,000 feet die in the plane crash. And you assume the passengers died as well because of the gremlin sabotage. The plane passengers, okay, mentioned that. And the private soldier kicked the can when they do the flashback to the World War II battlefield fire. Also, John Lithgow's character, you assume, dies, and the driver in the beginning because of the ghoul.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's hard to ascertain the actual kill count, and a lot of it's implied. There were actual real deaths. There were 3 real deaths in this movie.
There's actual kill count.
That we'll talk about that in a minute. It is an anthology. The directors include John Landis, who had done Trading Places and An American Werewolf. Steven Spielberg, who directed... John Landis directed the prologue and the ending. He also directed something else we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But he did Trading Places and American Werewolf. If you don't know who John Landis is, you're under a rock. Steven Spielberg, he directed the Kick the Can, which I think is the worst segment of the film. It's not bad, it's just boring.
It is the less exciting, I guess you would say.
Very boring. Yeah. It's supposed to be heartfelt, but Joe Dante, he did the It's a Good Life, which I think is the best sequence.
Great one.
Howling and the Gremlins. And then George Miller, who directed Mad Max and The Road Warrior.
Wow.
He did The Nightmare at 200,000 Feet. So, yeah, I got to say that it's a tie. I think The Nightmare at 200,000 Feet is probably the best, and It's a Good Life is second. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Because Lithgow owns that.
Oh, he owns the hell out of that.
I feel like Lithgow did a better job than
William Shatner?
Shatner did in the original.
Oh, I think he did too.
And a lot of these are, I don't know about Kick the Can, but It's a Good Life, Nightmare at 200,000 Feet, those are remakes of the original episodes.
Those are the only, I thought there was only one original. I thought 3 were remakes.
So it was narrated by Burgess Meredith. You guys know him as Mickey.
You don't know Burgess, you don't know it.
Rocky! Dan Aykroyd starred in it, and he was the ghoul.
The ghoul?
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
You see him so quick, you don't get a chance to appreciate. That makake is fantastic.
It is. It really,
that is really,
well.
really good. I would not have known that was Dan Aykroyd. So,
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
It's a Good Life. For those of you who don't know, a 6-year-old boy possesses terrifying psychic abilities. He can read minds, manipulate reality, and punish those who displease him, often making them disappear in the cornfield.
Yep.
The townspeople live in constant fear, and they have to create this cheerful facade to appease his whims.
Yes.
A birthday party is held for Anthony, during which his mother and guests attempt to stay upbeat despite their anxiety. And they're not his actual parents.
No,
because he made them disappear. In fact, I think the mother, the protagonist is like a social worker, right?
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher.
Anthony's powers manifest in frightening ways, causes hallucinations, controls physical objects, and unleashes punishment. The sub-segment climax when Anthony demonstrates his overwhelming power and the horror of living under his tyranny. Joe Dante used a blend of subtle humor and creeping dread to capture the original's unsettling mood while updating the visuals. Definitely did a great job with that. Practical effects were lighting.
It's phenomenal.
Bill Mumy made his return as Anthony, which adds authenticity and nostalgia. And it pretty much follows the original story, minus a couple of updates. But what you're looking at is a scene where he asks his uncle, who's not really his uncle, to do a magic show.
Right, pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Anthony loves cartoons. And so he pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and at first the rabbit's just kind of Looney Tunes.
Goofy, yeah.
And then it becomes that. And it looks insane.
It does.
And then it's most noted, Rob and I touched on it, for the accident. So what occurred?
Actors ages 6 and 7 who were all killed on location by a falling helicopter. Landis's attorney, who presented the films, described the action leading up to the fatal crash.
As you can see, he's out away from the village. Helicopter takes off to leaves the scene. Will come across in a second. And caught the people with the main rotor blade.
Landis
Landis is a piece of shit.
He got away with it. And what you saw, which is hard to watch, is
very hard.
The helicopter crashed and decapitated all three instantly. The two children were not supposed to be on the set. There are regulations that are required. Landis allegedly got by those. Allegedly, he pushed the production when there were people who were saying, we don't need to do this. The helicopter, something happened where, did the rotor get caught or something? Something happened that caused the rotor to go out of control, and it crashed and killed Vic Morrow and those two children. So they kept that segment, which I had forgotten. Thank you, Rob. But that's
cut the actual part where, and I believe Ron, the Vic Morrow and the male child were decapitated. The girl was crushed by the helicopter.
You're correct.
They were filming at midnight. Kids weren't supposed to be on film sets at midnight. They were paid
everything
under
was
the table. Wrong. They were paid under. It was just John Landis is a huge piece of shit. I don't care here. I know you feel the same.
Yeah,
it's horrible. His denying, having any effect on what happened. That just
he got away with it.
He did get away with it.
And he wouldn't have gotten away with it now. Of course, he wouldn't be able to pull it off now.
No.
But he is a phenomenal director. But he is responsible for the death of three people.
He is, and I even think Spielberg said that he was sickened by what happened.
It took 9 years to resolve the case. He was acquitted of everything in 1987. And that's where all the reforms started to come. Cal Fire launched a motion picture entertainment safety unit, enforcing stricter on-location safety protocols. After the accident, one segment that was originally intended for Spielberg was Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. This was a great story, and I wish it was in it.
Oh, I remember that one. That's a really good one.
This is the one. I'm going to really quickly summarize it. A group of neighbors think an alien has landed. They began to mistrust each other until somebody gets killed, and you begin to believe it's all just mass hysteria and people turning on each other. And then at the end, it's a couple aliens saying, we don't even have to attack. They'll just kill themselves.
Yes.
So
great story.
Very potent meaning. But if you get a chance to find The Twilight Zone on one of the streaming services, look up Monsters Are Due on Maple Street.
What a phenomenal series that was.
It is it's a great episode. Instead, it was replaced by Kick the Can, which is basically a story about folks in an old folks home who find youth thanks to it's a
fun story, but like you said, it's not very
Scatman Crothers. Yeah, it's a cute story. It didn't belong in this film.
I think the other one definitely would have fit better.
Yeah,
Monsters.
And just so you know, Will Wheaton was supposed to be in the film.
I didn't know.
He was cast, but he was talked out of appearing by his parochial school teachers who felt like the production was satanic. We say alleged, but everything is on film.
I don't think it's alleged.
Landis was in charge. He got away with it. So in our opinion, I want to make that very clear. Our opinion, he's a piece of shit. And we're allowed to have that opinion.
We are.
Based on the facts presented to us, which is that based on those facts, we have ascertained that Landis's carelessness led to the death, whether directly or indirectly, led to the death of those three people.
Yes.
And I get hard pressed for anyone to argue that.
Yes.
He may have been acquitted, but the 80s was a very different time.
Yes.
So, Rob, I'm going to tell you, I don't like this movie. I like the 2 episodes, but that's anytime I watch this movie, that's all I watch, the 2 segments, which is that I will say that John Lithgow is amazing. The cast is amazing. It's got 2 solid stories. The beginning and end are very cool. I didn't like Kick the Can. I didn't like the other one. Especially now, I can't get past what happened.
Right.
So it has a visceral effect on me. Being a filmmaker, Rob will tell you, I am very, very focused on safety.
100%.
So this may be one of the most tragic events in film history.
Oh, 100%, absolutely.
Yep, I think it's the only horror film that actually had a legitimate kill count.
But we're judging it, I think, because of the movie, not what happened in the movie.
So I would say a C.
I want to give it an A. But,
really? Oh,
yeah.
Bro,
just because of the special effects, the iconic, like you said, the performance by John Lithgow. I enjoyed all the stories. But
see,
put the tragedy aside.
I gotta respect your honest analysis of the film. And despite the fact that I think Kick the Can is boring, it's still well done. I'll give it an A.
Okay.
So Rob and I disagree on that one. Again, I would give it a C, he gives an A, but I'm going to let Rob rule out because his argument is very valid. And if nothing, we're not fair and balanced. Okay. All right, last of the films is Amityville 3D.
Another 3D movie. Woo!
This film was $6 million and it grossed 13. So it would have grossed $39 million today. 11 deaths are caused by the house, which is actually the demon. The estate agent swarmed by giant flies. That was actually a freaky scene.
That was a freaky scene.
Melanie is incinerated in a car explosion. Another freaky scene. Daughter Susan drowned off screen. The father finds her body. Elliot West is burned and dragged by the demon. An unknown woman is crushed by a door. There are guests crushed by flying furniture and glass. And then this demon itself self-destructs. It's the only Orion picture that was filmed in 3D. So they learned their lesson quick. Critics definitely had a problem with the 3D gimmicks. And it's better on DVD than Jaws 3D. But again, when you make a 3D film, a lot of the problem, like nowadays, they make a 3D film and they have a regular version. They didn't do that in 1983. There wasn't budgets for that. And they weren't allowed to use the Lutz family because of a legal dispute.
Right. And they actually, I believe if you don't have it there, there's a disclaimer on it that says this is not a sequel to 1 or 2.
Yes.
It's just a...
Yep. Robert Fleischer was the director, and he has 115 credits to his name. I am shocked he made this movie because this is the guy who made 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Fantastic Voyage, Solvent Green, The Jazz Singer, Tora, Conan the Barbarian, and how in the hell did someone talk him into making this movie?
He had to buy his mother a house.
There you go. Good job. That's good. But he is the son of Max Fleischer, who owned Fleischer Studios.
Oh, wow.
So there's a Superman connection. That's a great cartoon, by the way.
Which one?
The Fleischer Superman. Mm-hmm. If I showed that to people today, they would think it was modern animation.
Oh, really? Is that good?
Yeah. So, but a lot of people, if you look at the bottom corner, little clown with Betty Boop, that's the one that you see where the ghost turned into skeleton.
Yeah, that's great.
It's showing it's I think it's royalty free now or in public domain, but it's shown on Halloween. Popeye, Betty Boop, very well known with
Can
Max
you find
Fleischer.
that Superman series anywhere?
Yeah, it's you can rent it.
Okay.
It's really good. You can see it on YouTube. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Like I said, if I showed it to you and said, you would think it was somebody who chose a retro style of animation, but it's so good. It's really fantastic. William Wales was the writer. He's also known as David Ambrosia. He did The Final Countdown, Daryl, and Year of the Gun. So not bad. And the main cast was Tony Roberts. He was in Serpico. Annie Hall, Tess Harper, who was in Year of the Jackal and No Country for Old Men. Robert Joy, who was in The Hills Have Eyes, Land of the Dead, Alien vs. Predator, and Candy Clark, who was in American Graffiti 1, Blue Thunder, and Zodiac, which is a fairly recent film. Actually, a really good film. Let's see the director's cut. Yeah. Long, very long. It was also Meg Ryan and Lori Loughlin had minor parts. You know who Meg Ryan is? Lori Loughlin is best known for being in Full House.
Full House, yeah.
Was it Full House?
Yeah.
She played the boyfriend of Danny Tanner.
Girlfriend.
Yeah. You never know. Don't label me.
Don't label me.
But yeah, Danny Tanner, right? Was the name? My wife loves that show. I hate that was TGIF. Anyway, so that is Amityville 3D. I hate this movie.
Oh, I hate it too.
However, I will say the kills are pretty badass.
The Fly one was pretty badass.
It's got some great badasses. So I think it's got to get a C because it's not horrible. It's definitely not anything like the first two films. They far exceed quality and everything, but I don't think it's an F because it is scary. You know what? We have to give it an F, Rob, because you're right. The 3D effects don't really hold up. Yeah. Unfortunately, it gets the same curse of Jaws 3D.
It is.
So let's go through the complete 1983. Once again, our GOATs, Cujo, Christine, Dead Zone. Our 2 A's. I disagree with Psycho. I think it's a C. Rob wins the day with an A. Twilight Zone, same thing. Rob did properly state that you can't hold the outside story against the film. So he gives it an A. I would have given it a C. The Hunger, The Keep are C's. Videodrome is a C. Did we agree on that one, Rob?
We did agree.
Okay. And that's mostly because, well, it's not a bad film. It's not a bad film. It's creep. Again, like Rob and I said, you either love the film or you hate it.
You get it or you don't get it.
Right. F, Final Terror, The Lift, Something Wicked This Way Come. Both Rob and I agree is an F. Deadly Spawn, I would have given a C because of the practical effects. Rob said no. Killer penises aren't my thing. Gets an F. Sleepaway Camp will probably get crucified for that one.
We will. I
agree it's an F. Actually, I thought it was a Z. I think it's unwatchable. Rob gave it the buy. Amityville 3D. If it was in the theater, a C. Outside the theater, an F. And our only Z, well, Mausoleum's a Z, but our only Z was Jaws 3D. You can't get past it. It's so bad.
It's horrible.
The effects. Not as bad as Jaws 4,
no,
but still bad. So we got to be fair. So that's the countdown or the tiers. I keep saying countdown. It's not a fucking countdown. That's the tiers for today. So next Thursday we'll be doing part 1 of the best horror films of 1984. We're really hoping as we grow, we get more people to comment. We know this is kind of niche stuff because it's 80s films, but here's the deal, guys. Rob and I want to do things that we love. We don't want this to be a chore. Right. We want to have fun. And I do 8 to 10 hours of research for each show minimally. So there's effort put in, but I don't want it to become something that's a drag. Now, in future episodes, we may not do trailers and stuff. We're going to try to shake things up. But for this 9-part series, we're focusing on these films because these are films we loved. We grew up with. Well, most of them.
Yeah.
But hopefully, word will spread and we'll get more and more viewers. Don't forget to check all of our channels. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, Twitter, and now we're on Rumble. And we're not doing a Patreon right now. We're not doing anything else like that. These are free. They're shown on Facebook Live. Maybe someday we'll move them to YouTube, possibly Twitch someday. If people want to help out, they can give stars. The biggest thing, though, Rob and I want is share, follow the page. That's what we need.
That's what we need.
So please make sure. We need one more thing, Rob.
What's that? Oh, yes, we do.
Guess what?
I have a fever.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
So, minus the cowbell. We really appreciate those who've watched. Thank you, guys. We love doing this. We hope you're enjoying it.
Yes.
We're not perfect, but each time I think we get a little better. And hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we're doing it. We're going to say bye.
Bye.
We're going to say bye to you guys.
Bye, bitch.
You guys have a great night.
See you guys.